Ichimoku Cloud, and I trade based on, Ichimoku Cloud and my own system. So this is one of the very, very important part of my decision making. So please understand it carefully. It may look a little complicated to begin with, but when you will watch many graphs, it'll become very, very clear to you how do you have to look into it. It'll be very, very graphically very, very appealing, and you will be able to see clearly what's happening in the stock, right? So what is Ichimoku Cloud? It's basically a Japanese system of trading. It's not an indicator, it's a full system, but it's not explained well by anybody anywhere. And of course people use it and they get those who understand, they really make good money from the system. So what is Ichimoku Cloud? It's a versatile indicator that defines support and resistance, identifies trend line, gauges momentum, and provides trading signal. So what else do you want? You want support, resistance, you want direction, you want to see whether the momentum is coming or not, and you want trading signal. Everything, every single thing that you're looking, you get directly from here. And it is designed to provide relevant information at a glance. Like it's a full system, as I told you. You don't need any other indicator with this. Of course, if you can combine it with RSI or stochastic, the trades will be more precise. So what is Ichimoku Cloud? Let's understand that step by step. Although if you feel that it's little complicated, you don't need to get bogged down by it. We can work with few indicators, but it's okay to know. I mean, you should know all the 5 important components that Ichimoku Cloud has. The first one is called the conversion line or Tenkan-sen. Don't get confused by Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Senkau-span or Chikau-span. You don't need to worry about that. I'll tell you in the layman's language how do you remember and how do you see. So this Tenkan-sen is basically the conversion line. It's 9-day high plus 9-day low upon 2, right? So let me take you one by one. I don't want you to get confused. So this blue line that you see here is actually Tenkan-sen, or it's called the conversion line. It is basically the 9-day low plus 9-day high upon 2, right? So let me take up a pen. This is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. This is the 9th candle, and this is the first candle, and this is the 9th candle. Between them, what is the midpoint, right? So this is the midpoint. This is the high of these between these 2 candles, and this is the low of these 2 candles, and the midpoint is somewhere here, right? And can you see the end point of this line is right here at the midpoint only, right? So this is how you find out the Tenkan-sen or the conversion line, right? This is how you find the Tenkan-sen or conversion line. This blue one, this is Zerodha's platform. Straight away put the, like you have to go to the studies and straight away put, default parameters. You don't need to select anything. And always remember, my time frame for positional trading is 1 day. So how do you put Ichimoku Cloud? Go to the studies and go to the Ichimoku Cloud, right? Go to Ichimoku Cloud and it gives you everything by default. You don't have to do anything. So the conversion line is blue, baseline is red, leading span is green, leading span B is red, and the lagging span is with this olive green. So when done, and you get the entire system out here. So this is a conversion line. This blue one is a conversion line, or we call it Tenkan-sen also, right? The next one that you have is Kijun-sen, which is baseline, which is 26-day high plus 26-day low upon 2. Like we found for the 9 candles. Now the top is going to remain same, but 9. Now we're going to count once again. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. This is the candle, right? Now we're going to take the 26th candle's high and 26 candles low upon 2. So let me just clear up all the drawings so that we are not confused. So the high is out here and 26-day low is here, and the middle point of it is somewhere here, right? And you can see this line is plotted here. The 𝐲𝐿 is plotted here. So what is 𝐲𝐿? It is the baseline, 26-day high plus 26-day low upon 2. Okay, so this is 26-day high and this is 26-day low upon 2. That forms the 𝐲𝐿. This red one is 𝐲𝐿, or you call it as the baseline, right? You call it as the baseline. Okay. Now there are various things in Ichimoku Cloud, but I'm going to tell you only a few which I use, and then you can explore many other things. Then you have Senkau span A, which is called the leading span A, which is Tenkan-sen plus 𝐲𝐿 upon 2 plus plotted. It's plotted 26 days in future. So let me just clear up all the drawings and then we see. So this is Tenkan-sen, this is 𝐲𝐿. Take it half midway and plot it how many periods in advance in future. You're going to plot it in future by 26 periods. So it basically, this point has been advanced over here. If you see here, this is advanced by 26 periods, and so this is where you form the Senkau span A. This is how you put the Senkau span A, right? It's the leading span. Then you come to the next point, which is Senkau span B, which is leading span B, which is 52-day high plus 52-day low upon 2, plus it's plotted 26 periods in advance. So again the same thing as we've calculated that this is the 26th candle. We now go back to the 25th candle, to 52nd candle, wherever it is. We will find the high plus low upon 2 and will advance it by 26 periods, right? And this one is basic. So this forms the span, right? This forms the cloud. This Senkau span A at the top, Senkau span B is the bottom. And Senkau span basically has this green line. I can show you in the studies. So this leading span has a green line. You can see here at the top, if you can see here, this green line at the top is basically this green line is Senkau span A, and the red line is basically Senkau span B. And then you have the last component, which is basically called Chikou span, which is basically the current price is shifted by 26 periods. So this price line, which is moving like this, is shifted back by 26 period. So can you see this? From here, it has been shifted to this point, like here. It's been shifted to 26 period, right? So all form very important components of Ichimoku Cloud. Okay. So this is the base, this is the conversion line, this is the baseline, this is the Senkau span A, Senkau span B, and the Chikou span. All of them form very important, parameters of Ichimoku Cloud. Let's go further and understand what happens next. Now let's go to the next slide. It says the overall trend is up when prices are above the cloud, down when the prices are below the cloud, and flat when they are within the cloud itself, right? So that is, I think, very clear. I'm taking this example only. This is Kotak Mahindra Bank. When the price is above this cloud, see here, it's heading up, right? Whenever the price is below the cloud, out here, I'll show you another example. I'll show you another example of here. Look at this graph. This, we need 1 day, right? This is CET Limited. I need CET Limited 1 day graph. So this is 15 minutes. Look into 1-day graph. So see here, it is below the cloud. It has taken a resistance from the cloud, right? It's below the cloud. Cloud means it has experienced a resistance, or if it pierces in the downward direction, if the price pierces the momentum, the cloud in the downward direction, means it's showing a downward trend, right? If the prices pierce in the upward direction, see here, beautifully pierced it in the upward direction, and from 1175 it has gone up till this point 1118,886. So I prefer, the thickness of the when the price is piercing the cloud, the thickness of the cloud should be thin. If it pierces when the cloud is thick, I this is my own perception, I believe that when my observation, rather I would say it's my observation, when the price pierces the cloud and the cloud is thin, then there is more probability of stock to go up. Okay, and if the cloud is thick and it pierces, then I don't find trend to be very, very promising. I have observed this from my own experience. Let me take up some example. So see here, this is pierced, and the cloud is not very thick. With respect to the previous part, cloud is not very thick, which is okay. Or even if you can go back, you can see the thickness of the cloud is very, very less. So if the thickness of the cloud is less, it gives us clear, very, very close, stop losses. The bottom part of the cloud is the stop loss. You have various stop losses. You have, this baseline as your stop loss. You have your 𝐶 span A is your, stop loss. 𝐶 span B is your stop loss. You have various stop losses, right? So let's take up a few more examples, and I'm going to give you a screener by which you will be able to find out by the end of the day which are the stocks those are piercing the cloud, right? And when you find such stocks, I'll tell you after that how do you enter, how do you exit. So what is important for us is to see that the stock is actually piercing the cloud. Like this is the stock I have just filtered out. It is a stock, Saregama. It's just pierced the cloud. And if I see this leading span as green, and if I see this at an angle, means it's an indication enough for the stock to move ahead, right? So let's take up an example. I have taken out many stocks today, and one of them is, Welspun Enterprises. It has just pierced the cloud today. It looks very, very good to me. Very, very good to me. Price rejection at the lower levels and piercing of the crowd with volumes. So it looks very good to me. Then I have PTL, right? It's within the cloud. So I'm not going to enter into this. Why? Because the cloud is very thick. 1, 2, it is inside the cloud. The trend is not very clear. The stock has to be either above the cloud or below the cloud, right? So my entry and my exit takes place based on whether the stock is piercing the cloud or not. Like I gave a very clear entry for Biocon a few days back on YouTube, or I was doing my question answer session with you guys. So this is where my entry was. It pierced the cloud and I could see this upward moving span. Upward moving span means, and if it is inclined like this, means stock is planning to go up, right? Then I gave another entry, Infi was also on my radar. Why? Because it pierced the cloud. See here, I gave entry at this point, and from here it went up to this point. So these are, future stocks. You can, you get more. You don't get many entries for future stocks. It's once in a few days that you get it. But what you can really do is keep it on your radar and keep finding out good trades. You get a lot of times entries and exit in the cash stocks. Cash stocks gives you a lot of good entry. For example, here, this is, see, the moment it crossed the cloud, this is 𝐿𝐴, and see how beautifully it is going up, right? I had this stock also on my radar, which has got a very, very thin cloud, and it has pierced the cloud, but it is coming down to touch it and taking a support, right? So the cloud really provides a good solid support, and from there the stock bounces back. Okay, so always buy, never buy from here. Always buy when the stock has closed above the cloud, because the cloud becomes a very, very solid support in that case. Okay, so there are many entries people do trade with, like they take when the conversion line crosses the baseline, or baseline, they take, basically various opportunities to enter or exit in the trade. But I personally take trade when the stock price is above the cloud. I go for buy, and if it goes below the cloud, I go for sell. For example, I showed you, see it, it tried to go up, but when it experienced a resistance and I saw this price rejection, for me it was a selling opportunity. I can show you another stock which has had a similar stance, is Airtel. So Airtel went up, took a resistance from the cloud and came down, right? Took a resistance, price rejection at the higher levels is showing that the stock is planning to definitely go down. So I'm not going to be in buy position in this particular stock. Look at to Castrol. Castrol also was on my sell zone, right? See here, beautifully it has taken a resistance and it has come down. Okay, it has definitely come down. All right, now I had a few more stocks on my radar for sell side. I had Bharti Airtel, I had CET, I had Castrol India on the, and Motherson Sumi. Even Motherson Sumi was on the sell side. Why? Because it is just about to pierce the cloud, right? RSI is down. See, RSI is almost close to 40. So there is an opportunity for us to short. I'm waiting for a shorting opportunity to mature, because I believe that the stock will come down. If it comes down below the cloud, I will have a good entry into it. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you here is that we will give you a filter, which was simple filter, where we want, the volumes to be high, the cloud to be pierced, and RSI should be positive. These are 3 rules that I will have for my entry of this stock. So let me reiterate what will be my rules. Let me just complete the slides, then we will talk about it. So here is an example. The one you see out here at the top. This is the lagging span. This is the base. This is the conversion line. This one is the baseline. This is the span, leading span A. This is the leading span B, right? So if this leading span is inclined and it's upward inclined, means that the future of the stock it's going to be moving ahead, right? Future of the stock is actually in the upward direction. Okay. Then how do you get the Ichimoku cloud signals? In the chart, you've seen the cloud provides support level, and that can be projected into the future. This sets the Ichimoku cloud apart from many other technical indicators that only provide support and resistance level for the current date and time. So we know what is lying ahead in future. If there is a green cloud in front of you inclined in the upward direction, means the stock is planning to go up, and if there is a red cloud in front of you inclined in the downward direction, means the stock is planning to go down. The traders should use the Ichimoku cloud in conjunction with other technical indicators, and in our case we'll be using RSI, right? It is also important to look into the bigger trends. So I always prefer to look into 1-day time graph. Always when I'm trading in equity, my time frame is 1 day, not less than that. Okay, now how do we analyze, whether the trend is in the upward direction? How do we take an entry? So the trend is up when the prices are above the cloud, and flat when the prices are in the cloud. The second point is the uptrend is strengthened when the leading span, which is the green cloud line, is rising above the leading span B, which is the red cloud. This situation produces a green cloud. Bullish signal is price moves above cloud, right? That is, let me just take you here. If the prices are above the cloud, let me take you to some other example. Kotak Mahindra Bank is a better example for that. So price is above the cloud. So this is a cloud. I'm talking about when it pierces the cloud, the price is above, right? I would also like to say that the lagging line, which is the green line, should also be above all these barriers. You get my point? If the cloud is piercing, if the price is piercing the cloud, right? Price is somewhere here. Let's say this is where your price is. Let me take up a pen. Let's say this is where your price is. So even this lagging span should be ahead above all the boundaries. See here, this lagging line, you see this olive green line, this is a lagging line. This should also be above all boundaries. There should not be any restriction on its head, right? There should not be any restriction on its head. Okay. So this should be above all the prices. Okay, so those are my rules for taking entry into, Ichimoku Cloud. Let's just go to the next slide. It says the trend has to be when the trend is downtrend. Like when can you sell? Please remember, you can't sell in equity. You can only sell in futures or you can buy options, right? So please remember, if you're analyzing stocks for selling side, then you have to only look for, the future stocks, the stocks which have a future, right? Or the stocks which have an option. Only those stocks you can sell, right? So what do you do? How do you analyze the stocks which are in the downtrend? Trend is down when the prices are below the cloud and flat when the prices are in the cloud. I showed you this through the C8 example. So see here, it tried to go up, got an experience from the experienced a resistance from the cloud, and it came down, right? Price rejection, and the stock has come down. The second point, it says the downtrend is reinforced when the leading span A, green cloud line, is falling and below the leading span, red cloud line. This situation produces a red cloud, right? So see here, the green line here. See, from here, we got the indication well in advance. The green line has fallen below the red line and a red cloud has produced. Means that there is a downtrend in the coming, right? So it was a warning very, very well in advance. See, from here only the stock has given us a warning that the price at that time was 1607, that there will be a fall upcoming. So next few days it fell down, then tried to go up again. It took a resistance, and we could have created a very, very good, nice trade over here. Fine. So this was, and then it says bearish signal. What are the bearish signals? Price below the cloud turns from green to red, and price moves below the baseline, and the conversion lines moves below the baseline. You can see from here, conversion line moves below the baseline. Right, this is the conversion line. I have a lot of indicators here, so let me just remove all of them so that you can see it more clearly. So conversion line, basically when conversion lines fall below the baseline. So see here only the conversion line has fallen below the baseline, right? The red one is a baseline, blue one is the conversion line. From there only we had a good opportunity to sell this stock, right? This is where we had an opportunity, which is at the point 1908. It gave us a signal that the stock will be planning to go down, right? So this is how you can generate good selling signal. What is my time period here? 1 day, right? What is my time period here? 1 day, and I have got an excellent signal for selling. And when did I get that signal? The signal was generated on 24th of January 2018, right? And ever since, this stock has been in the downtrend only, all right? So let's just conclude it, So what is the conclusion? Ichimoku Cloud is a comprehensive indicator designed to produce clear signal. Once the trend is established, appropriate signals can be determined using the price plot, conversion line, and the baseline. The classic signal is to look for conversion line to cross the baseline. While this signal can be effective, it can also be rare in a strong trend. It is important to look for signals in the direction of the bigger trend. right, offering support as an uptrend. Traders can also be on alert for bullish signals when price approaches the cloud on a pullback or consolidation. Conversely, in a bigger downtrend, traders could be on alert for bearish signal when prices approach the cloud on an oversold bounce or consolidation. So once again, let me conclude. I'm going to take two examples. One in the uptrend, other is in the downtrend. Now see here, when you see the baseline, the conversion line crossing the baseline, right? When the blue line crossing the red line in the upward direction, and the price is piercing the cloud and the cloud is thin, means a very, very strong uptrend. And even this Chicago span, the lagging line should also be above all the prices, all the boundaries, right? So that is when you enter, right? So entry was very, very clear out here. I can show you. See here, almost for quite some time, both these moving averages, like the conversion line and the baseline were together, and then baseline crossed the conversion line, right? Baseline crossed the conversion line. No, sorry, conversion line crossed the baseline, and even the cloud was pierced at the same time. MACD crossover, RSI crossover. We had a very, very beautiful trade in making for in Kotak Mahindra Bank. Similarly, if you want to look at the downside, see here, the conversion line crossed the baseline from top to bottom, right? The blue line crossed the red line from up to down, and see the beautiful downwards 10, and then you see the cloud was being pierced at what price? 1842, and after that the stock has been just falling down. So this is how you will generate signals, right? I'm going to give you exactly I'll give you a filter which will make your life simple, but you have to watch out such signals, right? Okay, so let me take you up to I think this is about it, but I have shown you some examples. I have shown you some examples where I've shown you currently, right now, wherever the crossover is happening, wherever the stock price is above the, like here, you can see out here, you can see the, the line being crossed, the blue line crossing the red line from bottom to up, and MACD crossed over, RSI is above 60, and the price has gone up, and you can see the span, the cloud is also green, right? So I have given an entry in 𝐴𝑅𝑒∑𝑝𝑎, right? You can see 𝐴𝑅𝑒∑𝑝𝑎, we have given an entry. If you can go to my Telegram channel, we have given an entry in 𝐴𝑅𝑒∑𝑝𝑎. I have given it an open channel as well as we have given it in rockers. So this is a stock which I see an uptrend coming up for this particular stock. So rockers is here. See here, 𝐴𝑅𝑒∑𝑝𝑎 buy 787 to 790 level. Targets we have given. So you can watch out for this stock, and today is 11th of May 2018, right? So as I told you, when you want to sell it, remember when you want to sell it, the stock has to be below moving average, and it has to be a future stock, a stock which is in cash. You cannot sell, right? You cannot sell until unless they are defined by the exchange whether you can buy or sell them or not. But all the future stocks, all the future lots, you can sell. Like good opportunity, I told you, were in 3-4 stocks for selling. One of them definitely is the 𝐶ET. Then I showed you Airtel. Airtel had a very, very good opportunity for selling, right? See here, and it still looks very, very bearish to me. And see here, when did it generate the signal? It generated the signal at 520 rupees, right? So for us, the signal has been generated way back, right? And it's still continuing. It's still continuing, right? And similarly, let's look for some other stocks which have given a buy signal. Even I told you Castrol gave a sell signal, right? When the stock, see the lagging line is also below all the prices. When it pierces the cloud with volumes and see the resistance MACD has taken and the RSI has gone below 60 and then below 40, was a clear signal that the stock is planning to go down. Okay. And what else? Buy. I have found a beautiful buy signal in HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank, see here beautifully, the cross of lines happening. You know, the blue line is crossing or taking a support on, you know, the baseline. Conversion line taking the support on the baseline and it's heading up. The price is above the cloud and it looks pretty promising in the upward direction. All right. So this is how you can use, you know, Ichimoku Cloud. It's a very, very powerful system. You have to tune your eyes. I'm going to give you a lot of filters, which will straight away give you the stocks which have just crossed with volumes, the Ichimoku Cloud, plus which have an RSI which is above 50, right? So I'm going to be giving you such kind of signals, such kind of a filter which will directly give you the stock. All right. So this particular video I freeze over here. We will sign off from here and then we'll meet in the next one, which is GAN levels, right? So once we have figured out, we'll filtered out the stock by Ichimoku Cloud and by putting it on the StockPro system, then we find out its levels. And how do we find out the levels? Entry and exit in the stop loss. That's done through the GAN levels, and that I'm going to give you soon in the next few slides. So see you there. Till then, master it. You know, in case you get you know, bogged down by, you know, the leading and the lagging span for a while, what you can do, go to studies and remove everything. Remove the conversion, make the conversion line as white, make the baseline as white, leave the lagging and the leading span, and even make this as white, right? So you just have the cloud and you have the price of the candle, right? So that it doesn't bother you much. But see, check it, you know, how the price honors this cloud. It takes time and again support from here and it goes up, right? Slowly introduce one line at a time, you know, so you will be able to see. Now, after that, what you can do is go to studies, go to Ichimoku Cloud, and add the lagging span, add the olive color here, and done. Now you see what's happening, how the prices, when it is, you know, when the stock is planning to go up, like see here, price is below, the price is above, but the lagging line is below, right? So somewhere here, if you see, notice here, you will not, like, this is going to be 26 periods behind, right? So this is not for you, not an entry for you. When will you enter? When the price goes above and the price is also, when the current price has gone up and the lagging line is also above all the barriers, right? That is when you will enter. Then you add the next, maybe if you want, you can remove this one now, make it white, and check what's happening to the conversion line, which is a blue color line. You can see, you can add up a blue line here, and see now what's happening to it. How does this line move, right? How does it help? Would you like to trade when the line also pierces the cloud? And all those things you can work out from here, right? So these are the stocks that you get by, you know, like, you need to study each line. Okay, I have given you, when the blue line crosses the red line up in the upper direction, it produces a buy signal. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make the baseline as red, and I'm going to make this as white, and I'm going to make this as white, and then we'll see, right? Now see here, this is where the, you know, conversion line is crossing the baseline, right? At this point, the price is right now 1892, and it came down to 1842, right? Then see here, the blue line crossed the red line from bottom to up, and when the price took a support from this level, which is 1883, it has gone up from here to 1997, right? So you have to wait for the price to come to a support. So you can use it in various which way you want to use it, just the cloud you want to use it, just the baseline and the conversion line you want to use it, or you want to take the help of, right, you want to take the help of lagging line with clouds. Choice is yours, but I prefer to see the piercing of the cloud, and I prefer to see what is happening to the lagging line. Is it above or below, right? Those are the things I definitely look for. And if I'm doing if I'm trading, I even like to see what's happening in the shorter time frame, right? If I need to hold my position or exit my position, I see what is happening in the shorter time frame. So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to once again put the normal Ichimoku cloud, and you will see, this gives you shorter time frame. Now the blue line is crossing the red line from bottom to up, and if price goes, this is Federal Bank, if price goes somewhere close to this, or somewhere close up to this point, 993 rupees, then the stock will have a good momentum in the upward direction. All right. So this is about Ichimoku cloud. You will have to practice. You can go to Investopedia also and read about, just type on the Google Investopedia, or you can go to the Ichimoku cloud trading. So you can go to the various other places also. There is trading sim breakout, Ichimoku cloud breakout trading strategies. This is also a nice website. It will give you a lot of strategies, so you can go through. But I believe in simplicity of each technical indicator and their usage. So I do not follow any other strategy except the simplest one, right? So you can just go through this. And I believe, I want to conclude it here for you. Whenever I see a price breakout in the upward direction, I take the time frame as 1 day. Whenever I see there is a price breakdown which is happening in the upward direction with volumes, that's the second criteria. The third criteria is RSI should be positive. The moment price breakout takes place, I take an entry into that particular stock. That is my strategy, right? And I put it on StockPro setup also and see it from there also. So I'll teach you in the next few slides what is StockPro setup. All right. So with this here, I'm signing off, and we will meet soon when I'll give you filters, when I'll give you everything. I'm going to assimilate everything in one go. You will understand the step-by-step process to find out stock. All right. So see you guys. Work on Ichimoku. It's a very, very powerful system. It'll give you good trades. Bye-bye.